Hey, I'm gonna focus on that beautiful sun, because holy moly, if we get weather like this for the Kilcoole Remembers, and I'm also hoping we're doing the grease screening on the Cove as well, but hopefully we'll get it. But now I'm here with the beautiful Jennifer, and I forget your name already. Jill, here we go. Now, if you want to stand in closer together, we are here to talk about this wonderful idea that there's been a campaign to get a playground here in Kilcoole for a while. It was supposed to happen last year. It looked like it was happening, but then, hooray, more red tape fecked it up, as it often does. So you've decided to sort of highlight the fact during the 1916 kind of festival here in the beginning of June, the street games that kids would have played back then, and the fact that, you know, it's always should be there, that people should always have that sort of love of getting out and actually, you know, holding hands and making, you know, contact with the living, you know, actually making contact with people around you. And I was wondering, you know, in regard to this festival, what your plans are, because you've got a few lovely things lined up in the programme. What exactly would people expect coming over to see?
Well, apart from the wider Kilcoole Remembers 1916 festival, where there's loads happening, we really are responsible for the Féile Cliffy which is a festival of street games, and we are CAPS, Kilcoole Area Play Space. We've been in existence for 11 years now, and as you just said there, last year we really thought we were there, and we announced it, and then we were mortified. So by way of apology to the local children, we put our thinking caps on and we started talking about play in an abstract kind of a way, and, you know, what's stopping them playing anyway. And we came up with this idea just at the time that they announced there was money available for commemoration activities and events for 1916. So we applied. They gave us some money. Not a lot of money, but some money.
As we walked over here from the community hall to Lishna, I was just saying to you that up where I live in Kindlestown Estate in Greystone, it's a very exclusive area. There's some beautiful kids like Liam and Liam. There's two Liams and there's Dahlia and a bunch of them. And every day they're out playing, and they just sort of make up games, and naturally football is a big part of it. But it does seem, you know, it's great when I see that. And it just seemed like, of course, that makes sense. Like you have friends, you should be out meeting each other. Would the hope be that this will have a knock-on effect? That it'll be just more than just for the festival, but you may get a kind of a new community sensibility about what to do with your...
Yeah, it will be great. It's great for the community, in fairness, to see all the kids coming out together, and
there does seem to be a lot of enthusiasm.
And, you know, that's something they wouldn't see on a daily basis, or maybe ever.
Yeah.
You know, last year there was a reenactment here.
That was 2014 for the 1914.
That's right, the gun running celebrations, yes,
and,
yes.
That was a great weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah. So our festival will be a festival within that festival. And we have two things going on, really. We've produced this booklet, we've given it to local children, and it's part, you know, history, but sort of child friendly.
Right, a child's eye view of that time.
Yes, and what they had for their dinner at the time, and what do they play with, and what kinds of games they played, and just the general you know, things that they had to face. You know, they really had a tough time. It really was no picnic at all. A lot of kids lived in tenements, and they were the worst in Europe. They were, you know,
it was hard.
Yeah, it was very, very hard. So, so we produced this. We've gotten it to all the local children. In the schools, the local schools, and we have gotten in touch with all the other schools where residents of Kilcoole might attend, and everybody's welcome to enter this competition. Exactly.
Under 16 years of age, isn't it? I think is
under
the
16,
yes. And there's prizes. That's the most important thing. There are cool prizes. You're going to frame. I saw frames. I forget now what you tell me. I'm going to say coins, but I don't want to say exactly.
Yeah,
what are your prizes?
Penny. It's an old English penny.
Lovely.
Size of a dinner plate. And they're lovely. We're polishing them at the moment. Thanks very much, Jackie O'Toole, for those. Nice story behind them too.
Yeah.
And there's more pennies as well. There's lots of different things happening. And the children will get an opportunity to. They'll be given pennies to use in a sweet stall. That's the Scouts are organising that.
That's
so
brilliant.
All the different pockets of the village are getting together and running their own, you know, little part of it, and it's very encouraging.
Well, I should say, to wrap up, I will have all the links on the piece above, you know, the video, just to let people know where they can go and find out a bit more information, and also just give them the details of when these things will be happening, because there's so many things going on that weekend, and it'd be kind of nice for people to choose the one thing that they love and then let the other things happen around it. But you girls, what would be your favorite? Do you have games? Do you ever can remember like what you did when you were teenagers? You look like you're up to shenanigans that you couldn't really repeat.
That long ago.
You couldn't really,
PlayStation.
We're talking about maybe the punk era, the 80s. There was wasn't so much street games. There was like all night sort of street games.
We were out from first thing in the morning, had our breakfast in the summer, and back in the evening for
I'd say you were out from the evening back in the morning by the look. Oh yeah.
Relivio
No
was the
hay
big one I
fever,
remember,
no.
and it was
Which one?
enormous. Relivio, we used to
Oh,
play that in
Relivio.
Finglas.
Oh, holy moly.
And
That
Bulldog.
sounds.
Bulldog,
Sure,
yeah.
Relivio is not it sounds like a naughty movie or something. Relivio? Are you sure that's an
It
Italian
probably
movie?
is as well, but
Okay,
it's
okay.
also an innocent little street game.
Oh, great.
That we don't want to, tarnish.
Tarnish.
No.
What is it then? I should finish. I've never heard of it. Relivio. That sounds
Relivio,
great.
I'm going to have to the rules of it. It's basically, loads of kids one end of the street, the other kids the other end of the street, and you shout Relivio and you try and get past, and you get caught.
Right.
That's the bones of
Brilliant.
it. They're all
Okay.
like that, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of games are
I suppose the thing is you don't need to buy any
It's
gear
like
for
What Time
it.
Is It, Mr. Wolf or something, is it?
Yeah,
Where
Now
you-
that's a
yeah,
classic.
yeah.
I like
That's
that
a
one.
good
There you
one,
go.
yeah.
That's a
And
good
the
one.
British Bulldog.
They call it British
They're getting
Bulldog now.
past.
But it
Yeah.
wasn't called that then. It was just
Ah,
think it was-
right. Well, that's
Probably
a.
just Bulldog.
I suppose
yeah.
from country to country too, names get bounced around. Like people would have picked up games and
do,
decided to adapt it
yes.
to their kind of sensibilities and
We have a
language.
Russian girl on our committee, and she just commented on. I had put stuff about Follow the Leader.
Ah.
And she said, "I recognise this game."
Deadly,
Obviously it's a
because it would
completely
be in a
different
whole.
name.
Yeah.
She said, we play this in my country too.
Well, they're like fairy tales, really. They just travel and they
Yeah.
take on a little bit of local kind of colour and a little bit of local language, but
Absolutely,
really
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the kind of sense is always there of a similar kick. Well, beautiful stuff. I look forward to. The one more
No,
thing.
just
oh yeah.
the 1 to 2:30 on Saturday the 4th. Everyone's
right.
welcome to come. We're going to have hula hoops and chalks and
Nice.
the hoops and dells, and we will run lots and lots and lots of games for everybody.
Sweet.
You don't need to have taken part in the competition, although that will
No,
be
you
judged
can
on
just
the day.
you can just turn up on the
You know,
magic.
we just want
The
everyone to come
village
and
is open to
have a bit of
everybody.
fun.
Right.
It is,
All
yeah.
ages.
Now,
Yes, it is.
I've got some chalk here if you want to do hopscotch. Would you want to do maybe like
I've
try
got
some
the tin of polish ready.
rock and